So are you struggling with your gas tank in your sparring sessions? You feel like you're in incredible shape, but for whatever reason, you get in these tough rounds and you just hit a wall. Your arms start falling out their sides, you can't hold your hands up, and you just feel utterly exhausted. Well, it's likely due to what food you're putting in your body. So today, I'm gonna show you a super easy oatmeal recipe that you should be eating before every single sparring session, or really any single training session that you have, and it's gonna take your cardio to the next level. I'm telling you, I eat it before every single sparring session, no matter really what time of day. Sometimes I eat it at night, but yeah, it works. So I'm gonna walk you through how to do it. Back in 2015, I had really wanted to get into some sort of martial arts. I had played lacrosse most of my life, so I was really focused on strength training, just trying to be as big as humanly possible. And I'm not very tall. I'm about 5'7". Not that that matters, but so I was like kind of bulky. I felt like I was a bowling ball, and lacrosse was done. So I really wanted to do something else that was gonna, give me that competition style itch that, I loved with lacrosse. So I walked into a cardio boxing gym, and this was in New York. I walked into a cardio boxing gym, and it was kind of my first entrance into martial arts. There was a teacher. He was an instructor, but he kind of stood at the front of the class, and it was one of these gyms where there were bags hanging from the ceilings, and it was kind of in this grid format. So everyone was on their individual bag, and the instructor really just told you what to do. He didn't teach you any fundamentals or anything like that. So it was really just kind of going through the motions, and I feel like I was horrible at the time. I mean, I was just punching the bag and not even knowing how to throw a proper punch. So I did that for a little while, and then I evidently got bored of it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to find a real boxing gym, someone who's going to teach me how to box and the fundamentals. So I found a legit boxing gym in New York. This was in New York City, and it was called Mendez Boxing. And I walked in, and I was like, listen, I would like to get a trainer to teach me how to box. And I was in shape, but I was, pretty thick at the time. So I started working with a trainer for a while, and it was pretty much one-on-one sessions, and it was great. Taught me the fundamentals, footwork and all of that. But I sort of hit a point after a while. I think it was about maybe 6 months, 7 months, but I had a desire to do something that was going to utilize all of my limbs. So I really liked running, and I liked kicking, and I was just fascinated by it. So I had seen some videos online of people training Muay Thai, the typical cracking of the pads, and the, people training in Thailand. I absolutely loved it, and I was just interested and curious. So I found I Googled the nearest Muay Thai gym in my area, and it was at the base of a subway station pretty much. It was like this kind of garage door where you had to walk inside, and you had to walk down these stairs. It was kind of in a weird little alleyway sort of thing. So I was a little nervous. So I walked in there, and I opened the door, and I was like, listen, I would like to train. I'm a beginner. And I started training Muay Thai. But this gym specifically, it was a Jiu-Jitsu studio combined with Muay Thai. So it wasn't a traditional all Muay Thai gym. So I did that for a while, and it was really awesome, but I kind of got to a point where I wanted to take it more seriously. I wanted to find an actual Muay Thai gym. So there was another Muay Thai gym. I went to that one and started training with legit fighters, and I got beat a lot. I recognized how green I was, and it was nerve-wracking. I was really scared, and I felt, self-conscious, and everyone's better than me. But I think that's what's incredible about Muay Thai, is everyone's super welcoming. And listen, I stayed with it. So I think for me, it wasn't the fear of starting something new, because I don't ever mind starting something new, something I'm not good at. But I think it's really about the having the courage to try something new. I think a lot of people are afraid. So, fast forward to now, we're in 2026. I actually fought back in 2023, and I ended up winning that fight. And I don't really have plans to have another fight anytime soon, as of now, but I still train like I'm training for a fight. And one of the biggest things I learned all my years of training in Muay Thai is technique and showing up and staying consistent. It's probably about 25% of what it takes to be at an elite level. A big aspect is really the food that you're putting in your body. Seriously. And you'll see a lot of videos out there of people saying, hey, you should eat brown rice and chicken and broccoli, really bland meals. But the truth is you can make incredible meals that are really designed for fighters. And I've developed a ton of great meals. I've been cooking for a long time. So this oatmeal recipe is something that I eat because I know it's going to get me through a really long training session. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into it. All right, so here's everything you're going to need. You're going to need some salt, a banana, some of these old-fashioned oats that you can get at any grocery store. You can tell most of the stuff that I get is from Whole Foods, but I also mix in Trader Joe's and other grocery stores. So you don't have to keep it limited to Whole Foods. This is just what I do. But so you're going to need the oats. You're going to need honey right here. Flip it over for you. Honey. You're going to need chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, or walnuts, but we're going to do pumpkin seeds this time. A spoon. Blueberries. These are frozen blueberries. You could get fresh blueberries, but honestly, with frozen blueberries, most of the time they flash freeze them as they're fresh, so really they stay fresh longer. So you can definitely get frozen blueberries. You're going to need nutmeg, cinnamon, a knife for cutting the banana, a measuring cup. We're going to stick with if I can get it to focus for you. There we go. 1/4 of a cup. A microwavable safe bowl. Do not microwave anything in plastic. We want to stay healthy. And a cutting board. So first what you're going to do is you're going to take your oats and you're going to take your bowl. Put it right here. And you are going to do 1/4 of a cup of oats. Put that in. Do another 1/4 and in. So this is a 1/2 of a cup, but I really like this measuring cup, so I just use this and I do 2 of them. And you're gonna see why in a second. So oats are really great too because carbohydrate, but they're super slow digesting. So if you have a training session and it's like a sparring session specifically, if it lasts 2.5 hours, this is gonna make sure that you're gonna get that slow, steady stream of energy throughout your training session. So that's what the oats do. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your measuring cup and you're gonna do 3 of these, so 3/4 of water. So you're gonna go 1, 2, whoops, 3. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. It's gonna look like that. So now take your spoon, mix it up a little bit, and then you're gonna take your salt like here. I have a little container for salt, but you can get a salt grinder, whatever. It really doesn't matter. So just take a tiny little pinch like this and just put that in. So salt is gonna help with any salt loss that you have during your training session. So just a little pinch of salt is gonna help regulate that. Okay, so next what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your oatmeal and you're going to microwave it. So this is gonna be kind of interesting because what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to watch this. The oatmeal will overflow in the bowl if you don't watch it. So what I typically do is I do like 2.5 minutes and I watch it, and as soon as it starts bubbling over the bowl, that's when I take it out. So I just took it out of the microwave, and this is what it should look like. Kind of thick like this, bubbling a little bit. So you're gonna wanna like stir it up a little bit. You're gonna wanna take your blueberries, put those in. You can defrost them a little bit too. So now what blueberries are gonna do is these are gonna give you some good healthy sugars and some good antioxidants to help with any inflammation after your training sessions. And the reason I use water is because milk is way too tough on the stomach and the digestive system. So I just feel better with water, and we need water anyway for hydration for training. So then take your cinnamon, and what cinnamon is going to do is cinnamon is going to help with any insulin levels, making sure those are regulated, and it's going to help with your blood sugar, and it tastes amazing. So mix that up. Okay. And then take your nutmeg. And what's really cool about nutmeg is it's going to help with cognitive function. So just do a little bit. I don't really measure anything. Just don't do too much. But as I was saying, yeah, nutmeg helps with cognitive function and focus. So this is going to really help with your training sessions for sure. And then take some of your honey. Just do maybe that much. These are good healthy carbs as well. Mix that up. I'm going to go over here. And you are going to take your chia seeds. Now, with chia seeds, you could get a spoonful of these, but I kind of just pour it in like that. Not too much. Maybe half of a tablespoon, maybe a full. You know what? Full tablespoon is probably the best. So you're going to mix that all together. And what's cool about chia seeds is they absorb about 10 to 12 times their weight in water. So this is going to really help you feel full for a longer period of time. So we got the chia seeds, and then we are going to do the pumpkin seeds. Like that. Maybe that much. Mix that up. Pumpkin seeds, healthy fats. Tastes good too. You can use walnuts like I said earlier. I mix and match. I was feeling pumpkin seeds today though. So you're gonna take your banana, and I'm gonna move this off to the side so you can cut your banana. Open this however you want. This is how I do it. I'm gonna slice it like that. Open it up. Move everything off to the side. And you're gonna wanna make nice slices. So I do. Like that. And then you're gonna put it back into our oatmeal. What's really cool too is if you don't have time to make oatmeal in the morning, you can do this the night before and put it in the fridge. So it should look like that. So this was more of a breakfast type of meal. I also plan on doing a ton of other cooking videos with high protein, chicken, steak. I eat a lot of red meat. I think that helps with my recovery as well. Helps me build muscle and strength. I really hope this video was helpful for you. I'd be curious to know how it went for you. So if you want to leave a comment and let me know if you got through your training session, that would be really interesting. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, see ya.